Hey guys, and welcome to another Fearless Friday with myself, Jennifer. Last week we talked about what it would be like to be in an eating disorder inpatient hospitalization. And this week I'm going to talk a little bit about what it's like to be in an eating disorder treatment center, because they're a little bit different. And if you follow my blog or my vlogs, you'll probably know that right now I am in an eating disorder treatment center. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what my day looks like and what you might expect if you're going to go there. Treatment centers are different from hospitalizations because the atmosphere is definitely more homey-like. You live in a house with um, typically 8 to 10 other girls. In my house, or the house that I'm at right now, there's 8 other girls, and the center is just supposed to mimic home life. So there's kitchen, living room, bedrooms, just a typical home environment. So I'm going to give you guys our schedule for one particular day so you guys can get a feel about what it would be like. So here's the schedule for Mondays. On Mondays, we have to leave the house at 7:30 in the morning because we have to be at the hospital. There's a hospital nearby the house. We have to be there for 8:15 to have a supported breakfast with the rest of the girls and a staff member. So we have a breakfast in the morning, and after breakfast we usually have a group called Open Talk. And Open Talk is where we basically get to talk about whatever is bothering us or issues we're having, and the group just contributes. So the topic can be anything, basically. That's why it's called Open Talk. And it's usually run by 2 other staff members and the group sitting in a circle. We usually have a break after that for a little bit, and then there is another break, or sorry, another group after the break. And these groups are generally themed. So on Mondays the theme is feelings, but other groups are relationships, body image, nutrition, and yeah, so it has a theme, and it's run by a staff member. So it's sort of like a class more than like an open talk, but we get to participate and definitely like speak our mind about the issues and work through our own issues about that topic. So after the group, there's a staff supported lunch, and this is all at the hospital. All the groups are generally, the daytime groups are generally at the hospital. So after meal, we have another group on Mondays and a themed group, so this one's relationships. And then after that group, we basically have free time, but if you have your medical appointment or your individual therapy sessions or your weekly meeting with the dietitian during that time, then you'd spend that time meeting with them. So once a week you see your dietitian, you see a medical appointment, which is basically a psychiatric appointment for your meds and any other concerns you have, and you also see a nutritionist, therapist nutritionist. Yeah. So if your appointments aren't scheduled, then you could just go back to the house, and everyone must be back at the house for dinner. And dinner's at 5:15, but every day 2 people are paired together, and it's their cooking night. So if it's your cooking night, you're probably going to have to go to the house a little earlier so you can start preparing the meal for the rest of the 8 group members and 2 staff members. So dinner is supported. Also, we have a pre-meal group where we talk about how we're feeling and if we're anxious about the meal. And we also have a post-meal group, which is one of my favorite groups, where we talk about how our day went, what our struggles were, and we must have a victory and a grateful for that day. And on Sundays we make goals. So typically it's victory, grateful, your day, but on Sundays it's victory, grateful, goal, and about your day. So that's a typical day, and after post-meal group, the rest of the time is free time. So on weekends you can leave on Friday afternoon, but you have to be back on Sundays. So that's basically what treatment centers are like. They're a lot more structured, and the environment is more homey than a hospitalization. And typically the treatment center days last up to 3 months, but I've heard of ones that are shorter and ones that are longer, so it basically just depends on the center that you're going to. Whereas inpatient treatment in a hospital can vary from 3 weeks to also 3 months. So I hope you guys found this helpful, especially if you're about to enter into a treatment center, because I would definitely recommend it, because they're really helpful, and you definitely get to the core issues of why you're struggling with an eating disorder. So don't be scared, and message me if you have any questions, and I'll link my blog below, and I'll see you next week for another Fearless Friday. Bye guys!